The lion charges forward with the power of one of the savanna's most formidable predators. A lightning-fast attack seems to put the advantage firmly in the predator's favor. Its powerful grip appears secure, but everything changes after a single counter move. From the one in control, the lion is suddenly forced to give ground in the middle of the tense encounter. When one of the savanna's strongest predators loses its advantage, what happens in the very next moment? Lions have long been regarded as symbols of strength, dominance, and social life on the savanna. An adult male can weigh around 400 pounds, with its mane serving as a distinctive sign of age, health, and status. They do not thrive through individual power alone, but through cooperation and effective hunting strategies. Even when a lion fails or is forced to give way to a larger opponent, it serves as a reminder that the savanna has no absolute ruler. Across the open grasslands, lions stand out for their strength and short bursts of speed, reaching nearly 50 miles per hour within seconds. But once they enter a river, those advantages begin to fade. Beneath the murky water, a crocodile waits patiently, almost completely still. The encounter often begins in silence. After a long pursuit, the pride must cross the river. Each step through the muddy water slows their movement, causing the group to spread out, a brief opening that the underwater predator has been waiting for. Then, in an instant, the water erupts. The crocodile lunges, pulling its opponent toward deeper water, where the advantage shifts dramatically to the predator below the surface. The lion struggles, twisting and turning as it searches for an opportunity to break free from the powerful pull beneath the water. Sometimes the chaos itself creates an opportunity. With a perfectly timed turn, the lion can break free and rush toward the riverbank. Even after escaping, however, it no longer controls the situation. There is no absolute power in the wild. Every species has its own domain. And the moment it crosses that boundary, even the strongest must face forces beyond its control. Across the African savanna, many grazing animals are more than prey. They are also formidable defenders. A wildebeest can weigh up to 500 pounds and has powerful hind legs capable of delivering kicks that even predators approach with caution. Meanwhile, the oryx carries horns more than 3 feet long, using them like living spears to keep opponents at a distance. The encounter begins when a lone lioness chooses the moment to attack, a decision that comes with considerable risk. She uses the tall grass to close the distance and lock onto her target. But just as she seems to gain the advantage, the wildebeest responds. With a sudden backward kick, its powerful hind legs sweep through the air, forcing the lioness to hesitate. Approaching at the wrong moment leaves the predator at a disadvantage, and she is forced to back away. Against an oryx, the strategy is even more apparent. As two lions coordinate their pursuit, the oryx suddenly turns, lowers its body, and points its long horns directly toward them. This is not simply a bold reaction, it is a defensive response refined through instinct and survival. Faced with the risk posed by the horns, the young lions spread out, disrupting the rhythm of their attack. In the wild, strength does not always belong to the one that attacks. Sometimes a single decision made at the right moment, to stand firm instead of running, is enough to change the outcome. Across the African grasslands, the African buffalo stands as a defensive powerhouse, protected by a tightly bonded herd and remarkable group coordination. An adult bull can weigh up to 1,500 pounds, with a massive fused horn shield across its forehead. Its greatest strength does not come from any single individual, but from the herd's ability to work together, ready to turn back and face danger rather than flee. The encounter begins when a lion singles out a buffalo that has become separated from the herd. Within seconds, an alarm call rings out. From every direction, the herd responds immediately, advancing in a wave of dust and pounding hoofbeats. The balance shifts almost instantly. The lion is forced to give ground under pressure from multiple directions. The buffalo do not rush into an attack. Instead, they hold their distance and use their numbers to take control. Every step forward is a warning, and every lowered head sends a clear message. This is no longer a hunt. In some situations, the herd's collective pressure forces the predator into a defensive position. One lion retreats into a tree to avoid the advancing buffalo, while the herd remains firmly in formation below. There is no need for repeated attacks. Its steady presence alone is enough to strip away the predator's advantage. When the ground trembles beneath a unified herd, true strength belongs to those that stand together, never retreating and never breaking formation. Across the dry grasslands of Africa, the rhinoceros is one of the few animals that even lions approach with caution. Some adult rhinos can weigh more than 5,000 pounds, with thick skin covering much of the body like living armor. Their greatest advantage lies not only in their size, but also in their ability to respond quickly when placed at a disadvantage. A rare opportunity appears when one rhinoceros becomes stuck in deep mud. 3 lions immediately move in, applying pressure from multiple directions. Their close approaches are quickly limited by the rhino's immense size, thick skin, and remarkable resilience. The standoff lasts only a few brief moments. Then the balance changes. With one powerful surge, the rhinoceros breaks free from the mud and turns to face its challengers. Its front horn, measuring more than 2 feet in length, is enough to make the lions hesitate the moment it points in their direction. In another encounter, a young rhinoceros is closely followed across the open grassland. The lions attempt to climb onto its back, hoping to slow it down and maintain pressure. But the young rhino holds its ground, repeatedly turning to force the attackers away. When another rhinoceros arrives, the balance shifts once again, and the lions choose to withdraw. In the struggle for survival, teeth and claws may dominate many encounters. But against an animal capable of enduring pressure and responding with confidence, true strength lies in making an opponent choose to back away. In the Serengeti, zebras are among the most common targets of lion hunts. But in the natural world, there is no room for underestimating an opponent. Behind their calm appearance are constant vigilance, remarkable agility, and powerful hind kicks capable of turning the situation around. The pursuit begins as a lone lioness bursts forward, charging straight toward the herd. She targets a young zebra, smaller and seemingly easier to separate. The foal repeatedly changes direction, weaving at high speed and making it difficult for the lioness to maintain the chase. As the lioness shifts her focus to another zebra that has fallen behind, the encounter becomes even more intense. She closes in from the side, looking for an opportunity to secure her target. At that very moment, an adult zebra turns back. Its powerful hind legs launch a forceful kick. That single moment is enough to change everything. The lioness is forced to release her approach and loses the momentum of the pursuit. The chase ends as the zebras rejoin the moving herd, and the distance between them steadily grows. On the savannah, speed is not the only advantage. Sometimes teamwork and the instinct to protect one another are enough to make even a predator stop. Across the African savanna, lions are a constant source of pressure for African wild dogs because both species compete for the same prey. At the same time, African wild dogs are highly efficient pack hunters, achieving remarkable success in many of their pursuits. When enough wild dogs come together, the balance can quickly change. A lone lioness finds herself surrounded. Rather than rushing in directly, the pack forms a loose circle, maintaining constant pressure and approaching from behind to keep the lioness off balance. Each time the lioness turns to respond, other pack members immediately move in from behind, directing their pressure toward her flanks and hindquarters. Over time, she begins to tire under the pack's speed and coordinated teamwork, forcing her into a defensive position as she looks for a way to withdraw. In the wild, strength does not belong to the individual alone. Sometimes it is coordination and collective discipline that make even a powerful predator give way. Across the vast grasslands of Africa, elephants are the largest land animals on Earth. An adult can weigh up to 13,000 pounds, and the species is renowned for its memory and strong social bonds. But when the dry season stretches on and food becomes scarce, even these living fortresses can occasionally become targets. The encounter begins when a young elephant becomes separated from its herd, unintentionally entering the territory of a pride of more than 10 lions. Recognizing the opportunity, the lions quickly spread out, approaching from multiple directions to maintain constant pressure. Their efforts to hold on to the elephant's flanks and back are not intended to overpower it immediately, but to slow its movement, a strategy built on endurance. The young elephant does not panic. It maintains a steady pace and heads toward the riverbed, where the terrain limits the lion's angles of approach. Each powerful step rocks its body, breaking the lion's grip and forcing them to spread out. Its trunk sweeps through the air continuously, serving both as a warning and as a way to stay aware of its surroundings. The wild is not defined only by fortunate escapes. When the opponent is a fully grown bull elephant, the balance changes completely, and it becomes the lions that retreat. A massive bull elephant emerges from the brush. One powerful charge and a forceful swing of its head create overwhelming pressure. The resting pride immediately springs to its feet and scatters in every direction to keep a safe distance. Across the unforgiving savanna, power is not measured by teeth, claws, or speed alone. Sometimes simply arriving at the right moment is enough to change the entire outcome. Every attack is a test of the limits of strength. Lions may stand near the top of the food chain, but against coordinated defense and determined resistance, the the balance can always change. A setback does not diminish a predator's place. It is part of how it learns to endure over time. That is what defines the unforgiving fairness of the natural world. If you want to experience more incredible moments from the wild, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next adventure.